Hi there, and welcome to this demonstration video for the use of the calibrated drapes. On this video, we're going to show you how to apply the drapes, how to monitor the blood loss, and then what kind of decisions to make or how to act. Now, there are a few things that we need to keep into account. One is preparedness. It's important that before the delivery process, we ensure that the drape and every other tool that we need is available. The second is consent. The woman always needs to be aware of what is being done for her. So it's important that at the point of delivery, we inform her that we are going to be using a calibrated drape underneath her to measure her blood loss. An additional thing to consider is that we want every ml of blood that is lost to be accounted for. And so at the point of delivery of the baby, we leave the placenta in situ before we insert the calibrated drape so that any ml of blood that comes out, once the placenta is out, goes into the calibrated drapes and we're able to monitor it. Lastly, it's important to mention that the calibrated drape is meant for single use and should not be reduced for sterile considerations. So this is the calibrated drape. Now the general idea is that the woman lies on this surface here and you can see the direction of the flow. So the blood is supposed to flow following delivery and it goes into this pouch here with the labeling. Now what helps is that there's a labeling here that says front and there's one that says back. So it's important to note that because once we put it in place, it becomes difficult to adjust. As the blood flows downwards, there are labelings here. Alright, so it starts from 100 ml. There's 100 ml, 200 ml, 300 ml, at which point we should be on alert. 400 ml and 500 ml is typically labeled in red, because that indicates that postpartum hemorrhage has occurred and we need to activate the motive bundle. And it goes all the way up to 1000 ml. Ideally, we should be checking this every 10 minutes for the duration of at least 1 hour. So once the baby is delivered, we give the uterotonic, that is oxytocin or carbetocin, and we leave the placenta in situ. We get the calibrated drape. It's important to remember that there's a labeling that shows the front and the back. So we just ask the woman to lift her bum and we carefully slide the drape underneath her bum and then she can lie down. A number of them have a strap at the top. So we clip the strap over her body and clip it this way for those that have that. For those that do not, we can leave it this way. The essence of the strap is just to ensure that when she moves, it does not get displaced. Once the drape is well positioned, every blood that comes out will naturally flow in this direction. So you deliver the placenta by controlled contraction. All right, so once the placenta is delivered, it's kept aside. And it is important to ensure that every blood that flows out from this point in time flows directly into the calibrated drape. You can use a sponge holding forceps to carefully bring out any clots and allow everything to flow into the drape. So following the delivery, we would observe that every ml of blood flows into this calibrated pouch, and we would see that as blood flows into the pouch, it continues to rise here, and we can take note of how many ml of blood the woman has lost. So at this point, we have about a little above 200 ml, and we are supposed to check this every 10 minutes for at least 1 hour and continue to watch as it rises. We note the trigger points. We have 300 ml and we have 500 ml, at which point the motive bundle needs to be activated. Once we observe that the blood has crossed the 500 ml mark, at that point we make a diagnosis of postpartum hemorrhage and we need to activate the motive bundle. Importantly, that the drape need not be removed at this point. We commence our intervention and continue to monitor for any increase in blood loss so we can act accordingly.